Most people don't fear punishment, they fear being alone with their own thoughts. Fyodor Dostoevsky understood this, and he understood what happens when there's nowhere left to hide. This video is not about literature. It's about what happens inside you when comfort, distraction, and certainty disappear. Dostoevsky did not write to entertain. He wrote to expose something most people spend their lives avoiding: the fact that you cannot escape yourself. Modern life offers endless ways to look away. Noise, stimulation, opinions, outrage, productivity, identity, all of it serves the same purpose: to prevent stillness, because stillness is dangerous. In stillness, there are no explanations to hide behind, no social roles to perform, no moral slogans to repeat. Only you, and the thoughts you usually outrun. Dostoevsky understood that this is where the real conflict begins, not between good and evil, but between what you believe about yourself and what you quietly know. His characters are not villains, they are ordinary people pushed into honesty, people who try to live by ideas instead of conscience, people who justify cruelty with logic, people who believe freedom means doing whatever they want, and then something happens, they are left alone, with no distraction, with no applause, with no certainty, and they begin to unravel. Dostoevsky believed that most suffering is not caused by circumstances, it is caused by self-division, the gap between who you present as and who you experience yourself to be. Most people manage this gap by staying busy, by staying moral, by staying convinced. Dostoevsky removed those defenses. He showed what happens when you cannot escape responsibility, even if no one is watching. He showed that guilt does not require religion, that conscience does not require law, that meaning does not disappear just because you deny it. One of Dostoevsky's most disturbing insights is this: people do not commit destructive acts because they are evil. They do it because they want to prove something to themselves, that they are free, that they are strong, that they are not bound by invisible limits. But freedom without inner order becomes torment. When you remove meaning, the mind does not become calm, it becomes obsessive. It turns inward, it searches for justification, it invents explanations, and the more it explains, the less peace it finds. Dostoevsky understood that rationality alone cannot carry a human life, not because reason is false, but because reason cannot answer the question that matters most: why should I endure myself? This is where modern people struggle. We are taught how to succeed, how to optimize, how to perform, but not how to sit with guilt, with contradiction, with the knowledge that some parts of us are not noble. Dostoevsky did not offer self-improvement. He offered recognition. He showed that denying suffering does not remove it. It drives it underground, that suppressing guilt does not free you. It makes you brittle, that avoiding responsibility does not make life lighter. It makes it meaningless. This is why Dostoevsky is disturbing. He refuses to let the viewer feel innocent, not guilty, innocent. He shows that even when no one is watching, even when society excuses you, even when logic defends you, you still have to live inside yourself. And that self is not negotiable. Dostoevsky believed that people want freedom without responsibility, meaning without sacrifice, relief without honesty. And he believed this contradiction slowly destroys people from within. His characters collapse not because they are punished, but because they cannot reconcile their actions with their inner life. No prison is required. The mind becomes the cell. This is what Dostoevsky gives the reader, and what he gives you: not answers, not comfort, but a mirror you cannot easily turn away from. He forces a realization modern culture avoids. You are not destroyed by suffering. You are destroyed by running from it. And once you see this, something shifts. You begin to notice how often you distract yourself, not because you are tired, but because you are avoiding thought. How often certainty feels good because it prevents self-examination. How often comfort feels necessary because stillness feels unbearable. Dostoevsky does not tell you what to believe. He shows you what happens when belief disappears, but conscience remains. When freedom expands, but meaning collapses. when no authority judges you but you still cannot forgive yourself. This is not pessimism, it is realism. Dostoevsky believed that facing this inner conflict is the beginning of depth, not happiness, not success, depth, the ability to remain present when your own mind becomes uncomfortable. Most people never practice this. They escape instead. Dostoevsky asked, what happens if you don't? If you stop running, if you let guilt speak, if you sit long enough with contradiction until it reveals something true. He believed this was the cost of being human, and that avoiding this cost is what slowly empties modern life of meaning. Dostoevsky does not save you. He does something more unsettling. He removes your excuses and leaves you alone with the one thing you cannot escape, yourself.